this working panel for you is not designed to be definitive, but simply as observers, that we're sharing with you what we have observed in Scripture and in psychiatry and science. We did not come up with our own conclusions on our own, but we do have the ability to understand spirit-soul-body connection, which is a really interesting, undeveloped field in Christianity and in science, in the field of pneumopsychosomatology. You got that, didn't you? Pneumopsychosomatology, the study of spirit, soul, and body, the effects of thought, spiritually and psychologically, on the somatic expression of biology. Did you get that? You'll find that this study of spirit, soul, body will be quite important in our understanding. We also would put a disclaimer that we're not into diagnoses. So if you come and say, do I have PTSD? I haven't the foggiest idea.
And if you go to a psychiatrist, he will use the DSM-5, which is what Pastor Anita and I referred to before the break. It's the manual that they diagnose you from, and they have, if you experience 2 out of 3 of these things, then you've got it. So psychiatry doesn't do much better.
We've used the term DSM-4, DSM-5 is the printed material from the psychiatric industry of diagnosis, protocols of therapy, drugs to be used, and all the rest of it that they go by as the way they approach. Like, for example, in paranoid schizophrenia, they're going to either incarcerate you or put you on lithium or drug you. Our success with God working with us in paranoid schizophrenia here in Being Health is excellent. And by the way, we use no drugs or external things to bring health to people. I want to say that we have nothing to sell other than, what are we going to sell? We're certainly we have resources, but it's all spiritual, intellectual, that you have to mix your faith with, and it's based on Scripture, or I call the ancient writings. And everybody is into ancient writings these days. You say, I'm going to quote from the Bible, they go to sleep. So I'm going to bring to you some things from the ancient writings, and everybody's awake. And so a lot of it is what we call continuing education. And so we want to make sure that we do not come across here as someone that is trying to act too professional, but we would like to say that what we're sharing today probably is a portal for investigation in the future by everyone about this subject, because it has to be understood. And so much for that. I just wanted to make sure we understood ourselves in that area. I want to take you quickly and talk about short-term memory versus long-term memory. And in short-term memory and long-term memory, I was trying to find a little note I made to myself. Today, all of you are experiencing me and us, and you're taking snapshots with your eyes and your ears. We will not teach you with touch, taste, and smell. So you're using 2 of your 5 physical senses, which is sight and sound. And you're perceiving us. Could we bring up the spirit, soul, body chart? Because I want to take you on a journey. I want to defeat these problems. Would you like to defeat it? How would you like to prevent it? And how would you like to be healed from it? Everyone has a certain amount of phobic characteristics to their life. We have certain people that we avoid out of fear, that we don't like, they don't like us. So that's a phobic relationship, is it not? That has a result. And you get around people that make you afraid, you'll sweat, your brain will freeze, you won't be able to talk right, and you won't know what to say, and then you get stage fright, and all of a sudden your body's responding to something invisible, is it not? Spirit, soul, body chart, please. I need it up immediately, if not sooner. Go back to any time you want. I just wanted to, let me take a look at it real quick. Why don't you talk about it? Oh, the statistics. Thank you. Could we hold there just a moment? We got so carried away having fun talking about everything. I don't find the chart that is the one that I want. It's probably in mine. We're formatting here. Could I give this back to you and I'll take the AA? It's hard to keep up with this much material. Would you like to try it? It's like, man, I don't multitask very well at all. Do you?
That's why he has us.
That's why you have.
Yeah. PTSD statistics. I thought this would be 70% of adults in the U.S. have experienced some type of traumatic event at least once in their lives. That's about 223 million people have experienced a stress event, a traumatic event. Not just a stress event, but a traumatic event. Of the 70%, 20% of these people go on to develop PTSD as a disorder. And if you did the numbers, that would be approximately 40 million Americans struggle and have been diagnosed with PTSD. And also, an estimated 1 out of every 9 women of this women group, 1 out of every 9 women develop PTSD. That's a pretty high percentage, making them in the higher level of versus men. The reason that a female is found more often in some of these diseases is very important to you to hear, because there are certain disorders, like fibromyalgia, for example, is a 99% female disorder. Higher percentage of females get hypothyroidism of the thyroid. We have found that in MCSCI that 90% of the people that get multiple chemical sensitivity are female. There's a higher percentage of females that get PTSD. And the reason for that is you females you were designed to be nurtured and loved. And us men were designed to give you the foundation of safety for you and your children. If a female has not the foundation of safety and feeling safe with a husband or a father, she will develop disease. I said she will develop disorders. If a woman comes to me with hypothyroidism, the first thing I ask her is this: are you married? If she says yes, I said, does your husband show you his love? Does he nurture you? I usually don't get an answer. I get tears. If I have a woman that's married with hypothyroidism, the first person that God can use to heal his wife is her husband. And he won't like me when I tell him that. So the enemy has done I would say a wonderful job, actually a horrible job, of changing us men from proper coverings, generationally, as proper, safe husbands, proper, safe fathers, and proper, safe men, period. And we're carriers of the iniquity of the failure of our generations. Generation after generation, here we are. And so that would be very important if we're going to look at the healing of PTSD. There must be a place that you begin to feel safe. Well, first of all, you can feel safe with God.